Hey everyone, it is Vian from Mountain Road Ride here, and today we're outside. We're going to take this bike out for a spin because in this era of everything going virtual due to you know what, even gravel races have now become virtual in some capacity. So I wanted to support one of my local gravel races that I've entered for, and that's due to take place at the end of July, and I'm still holding thumbs that that race could potentially still continue. And that race is the Dirty Kitten Gravel Race right here in Virginia. So it's part of a kind of an unofficial three-part series race where they've partnered up with two other races. Unfortunately, due to circumstances, one of the races have been cancelled and the other one has been moved out later in the year. So as I said, I'm still holding thumbs that that Dirty Kitten race will continue here in Virginia. So what they're doing in the meantime is running a few virtual competitions, including the one that I'm going to try and complete today. So it's all about basically trying to mimic one of the routes that they've got in this race. So with a play on words there for their name, the route, the shorter route in their race is called the Mini Purrito. So get it? Burrito. Right, and we're going to try and see if we can replicate that course today in both distance and then also in elevation. So the actual route is about 19.2 miles, roughly 31 kilometers, and then for the elevation it stacks up at about 1,100 feet, or roughly around 330-ish meters of ascending. So that's what I'm going to try and replicate out there today. I've got a bit of a route planned and I've got it in mind. I think I'm going to be pretty much spot on with the distance, but I might overshoot that elevation just ever so slightly. So let's take it out on the road and see if we can get close to that competition's distance and elevation. And who knows, maybe I can just win that competition and a few prizes that go along with it. And for those organizers, if you're watching this, give me a few bonus points, please. Let's go. Alright, so for my Mini Burrito challenge, I have opted to come through to the Great Falls Park here in Virginia, and that is where you find me right now. In fact, I'm in the neighboring park, Riverbend Park, and here we are going to find quite a few very interesting gravel trails. So let's check it out. So as I explained earlier, the Dirty Kitten forms part of an unofficial three-part series in the sense that they partnered up with two other local gravel races here in Virginia, namely Gravista, which sadly, due to its scheduled date of June, has been cancelled for this year. It would have been the first year that they would have run that race. I was very much looking forward to that race. I think it would have been an epic race there in Buena Vista here in Virginia. And then the other race in that, what they call the Virginia Triple Crown series, is the Rocktown Rambler. And that one was originally scheduled for May and has been moved out later in the year, so hopefully that one can still continue taking place in Harrisonburg in Virginia. So as I said, hopefully the Dirty Kitten race and that I'm entered for in late July will still be taking place this year despite all the cancellations and postponements of races. I'm very much looking forward to that, getting some good fitness, and this Mini Purrito challenge adds to that. So let's go! Woo! Alright, we've now gone through the neighboring park in Riverbend Park, and we've now come through to Great Falls Park, and this is another epic place for some gravel bike riding. We're gonna find a climb up ahead. So the Dirty Kitten has on their loop about 3/4 of the way through a pretty steep climb that they've dubbed the Kitten Crusher climb. So we're gonna see if we can replicate that coming up next year in the Great Falls Park. They have a old carriage trail and it snakes its way up. Let's see if we can get some good time on that and mimic the Kitten Crusher climb. Go for it. Let the climbing begin. Alright, time to check in to see how I'm doing with this challenge. We have just gone over the 10-mile marker, and I'm already at about, say, 750 feet, 240 meters of ascending. So definitely gonna overshoot on the ascending part a little bit today, but what an incredible day to be out here. Not gonna complain about a little bit extra time, a little bit extra climbing when you're on these beautiful trails. Alright, that was our spin through Great Falls Park. We're gonna head back out on the route that we came in through via a fire road that connects Great Falls Park with Riverbend Park. But now, to try and simulate that last little bit of this Mini Purrito challenge, and if you look at the route profile, it kind of spikes up towards the finish, and that's what I'm going to try and replicate now. I'm going to be climbing out of the park, and then I have just a few more miles to cover distance to finish off the challenge. So let's get it done. Oh, last little bit in the park now. Made it to the top of the climb, and we are maybe 4 miles, 5 miles short of where we need to be. So now just a bit of road riding to finish it off. Alright, so that brings me to the end of my virtual challenge for Dirty Kitten Gravel Race's Mini Purrito challenge. That's a mouthful. So at the end of the day, just about spot on with the distance, but as expected, a little overshot on the elevation, ending up at around 1,500 feet, or about 470 meters in elevation gain. So a little over the target there, but what a fun day out on the bike. I hope you enjoy this, and do follow along with our other videos on this channel and on our blog. to see more gravel related content on Mountain Road Ride. That's it from my side. I'm Vian. Till next time, enjoy your ride.